Hi there, and welcome to Quick Tips for Online Teaching. I'm your host, Jenna Camp, and today we're talking about thinking moves. I first heard the term thinking moves when I went to the Foundation for Critical Thinking, and it immediately resonated with me. To discuss thinking moves with scholars, to make our thinking visible, means that we are focused on the very essence of education, to transform thinking from immature to mature, to give scholars the tools to be able to handle ever more complex problems in any discipline. Explicitly teaching critical thinking moves is the answer to that perennial question, when will we ever use this? Or why do we have to know this? The answer is because to learn anything is to learn how to think, period. There are many different ways of teaching critical thinking moves. This wheel of thought, or these 8 elements of thought, were developed by Richard Paul and Linda Elder at the Foundation for Critical Thinking, or at criticalthinking.org. These 8 elements can be explicitly taught and referenced when we make thinking moves that address them. Checking the credibility of a source, that addresses point of view and probably assumptions. Testing your scientific hypothesis? Well, the hypothesis is your question at issue. Testing it means you are collecting data, information, facts, you're making observations, and of course, you're drawing conclusions. You're interpreting that data and making inferences. These 8 elements of thought are universally within all disciplines of thought. It's within any thinking that we do, from complex problem solving to deciding what color binder to use for English class. Now, shifting over to the East Coast, out of Harvard's Project Zero comes this research and these ideas based on Ron Richard, his 8 cultural forces that are present in group learning or in a classroom setting. So he's identified these 8 high leverage thinking moves that build understanding. And again, very similar to the wheel of thought, to those elements. We're observing and noticing closely, describing what's there, using that data of observation and experience. We're wondering and asking questions. What's the question at issue? What's the purpose here? We're reasoning with evidence. That's making inferences for sure. Building explanations and interpretations. Considering different viewpoints, different points of view, perspectives and biases, making connections, uncovering complexity, going deep, and of course, capturing the heart. Again, very similar to the 8 elements of thought, because these are the thinking moves that humans do. This is how we figure things out. This is how we address coming to understand and study something. I tend to focus on these basic moves, however. So in my class, these are the foundational moves that happen over and over and over again. Noticing to establish the facts and orient our own bias. We summarize to confirm the main ideas of a message. And we paraphrase, highlighting key information, labeling significant concepts. This helps clarify the message. Asking questions can pivot our perspective, open our thinking to new concepts or information. Drawing inferences or making meaning and connections, or just making analogies, identifying the relevance and the relationships. But however it is that you teach critical thinking moves, the point is to do it, to call out the thinking moves that we make when we make them, so that our scholars can learn the tricks of the trade, the thinking moves of an educated person. Thank you for joining me for these quick tips. For more, please check out jennacamp.com or find me on Facebook or Instagram at Jenna Camp Educational. Thanks.